Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday, everybody. Let's see what the cards have for us today. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope you're well rested. Hope today is very productive for you. Seven of Cups in the reverse and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So Seven of Cups is inability to make a decision. So I feel like you guys are finally making the decision that you've been needing to make. I don't think that it's necessarily a decision that is the end-all be-all. I think that you decided that to change your mind is okay, that to be in limbo is okay, that to have a plan that doesn't include the next 5 years is okay, right? I think that you're making small decisions that only affect today, and you are okay with leaving things undecided for a while. I know I've started doing that, and I feel like it's kind of out of character for me, where I usually have to have a big solid plan for the next 5 years type thing, and lately I've just been okay with deciding for the next month or 6 months. I'm not trying to plan the rest of my life yet, and that's okay. That's a level of uncertainty that I was not comfortable with in the past, and I've become present enough to be okay with that things can change. I can change. That what I want today in 5 years might not be the same thing that me in 5 years wants. So allowing that growth and allowing that change is something I wasn't okay with previously, but I'm okay with that now, and I feel like that's where we're all at, which is really cool, right? Because it leaves a world of opportunities open. It leaves the universe open to decide. God gets to decide, right? We're not limiting him with our beliefs. To the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords, this is chaos of the mind. It is very little clarity. Everything is jumbled mess, and there's no rest, right? She's not using her pillow, and she's very not balanced in her root chakra. This is in the reverse. So again, I feel like this is the opposite of what we're feeling. We're feeling liberated, I believe. Make sure that we are dedicating time to self-care. I didn't have hot water in my house for a couple days, so my salt baths were few and far between, and I was really upset about that. So thanks to my cousin, we got that fixed, and was able to take my salt bath last night, and I'll tell you what, I missed it. And it sounds really silly that something as simple as just taking a salt bath every day can have an impact on your outlook or on your attitude. But it does, for me anyway. That one little thing, that one little 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and meditating and allowing myself, even if it's just to, listen to music and not necessarily do like a spiritual practice technique thing, have to type thing. It's just 20 minutes just for me. Do whatever I want. And I feel like we have been neglecting that. You may have been neglecting that, and let's make sure that we're not doing that, right? Make sure that we're dedicating time to ourselves each day, for ourselves, because we are the most important person in our lives. Make sure you're getting enough water and rest, and I think that's what this card is saying here. And to the Eight of Swords. We're seeing something reflected. We're starting to see reflections of how these attachments were never ours to begin with. Usually I see this as I call it the baby devil card because I feel like it's self-imposed bondage, right? And it is self-imposed bondage. What I think the difference is we're starting to see it for what it truly is. Reflections, right? Reflections of what people may have said, done, or implied about us, to us in the past. And we're starting to unravel those things. We're starting to see that those thoughts, ideas, and beliefs were never ours to begin with. And that we're uniquely perfect. And it was all of these beliefs from these other broken people, because we're all broken, right? And I don't mean broken in a bad way. I just mean that we were not taught unconditional love and for self. I should clarify that, for self. If you're not taught that, then you can't give that. And if you can't give that, then you have limiting beliefs and you have opinions and you have even those things that you thought were good, that you thought you were helping with, can be limiting to another human. I don't think anybody in the world intends for these things to happen, or to stunt your growth, or to limit your potential. I think they do it for your best interests, right? They do have your best interests in mind, and it is something that they did out of love, right? They only had enough love for themselves to teach you what they knew. I mean, they didn't. I am fumbling over this really bad. Their intentions were good. And I know there's a saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I kind of want to reflect on that today. I don't think I'm going to say too much about that statement. But I do believe that most people in the world are inherently good and are loving and are trying to do the best that they can with the information that they have at the time, right? They can't teach you something they've never themselves been taught. Seven of Pentacles. We got 2 sevens. I feel like you are planting roots. You're starting to see that it takes a lot of resources and nurturing and love, and you're not really seeing much in the way of growth, or at least you don't think you are. And I think what this card is showing us is, even though this tree looks brand new and tiny little sapling, look at the roots, look at the help, look at the resources that are involved in just making this tiny little tree. And you're starting to see that you can affect change in this tree. You can infuse your magic. You can nurture and love and decide for this tree. But you're not the only one. You're healing more than yourself. When you heal yourself, you are showing others by example how to heal themselves, how to love themselves, how to give themselves a safe place to be themselves, to just be able to look in the mirror and see themselves and not the stories and personalities and archetypes, whatever you want to call it, that were thrust upon them by someone else, right? To the Hangman, this is looking at things from a new perspective, right? Seeing from the top down or the bottom up. She's hanging onto her feet here, so I do believe that she still has her feet on the ground. Like, she's not completely head in the clouds looking at things from a completely spiritual perspective. There's still some grounding here, but she is seeing more spiritual than she used to. She's trusting more than she used to, and she's believing that we are all connected. We are all one consciousness in the long run, and she has faith and trust in that, and she's reaching for knowledge. I feel like she's just reaching for more and more and more. to death and rebirth in the reverse. So the death card is usually transformation, right? But this is death and rebirth. So what is it that we're blocking? What are we not transforming? What are we not seeing? There's something there that's obvious that the lack of a face here tells me that we're refusing to see it, or we're just not seeing the forest through the trees, maybe. We're still just looking at the small things. Although our perspective has definitely changed and gotten higher, I think it could still go higher even. We're never done. We're never done transforming. We transform every day. We grow every day. We drop limiting beliefs every day. We have to take care of ourselves every day. And we have to make small choices every day. I think that's what this is saying is, just because you've done the transformation, you've leveled up, you graduated, whatever. Excuse me. It is cold here today. It doesn't mean that you stop, right? You have to start over. I didn't see a fool in here. I didn't see any new beginnings, right? You're never done with any of this. All of these are an everyday thing. Every day. Transform a little bit every day. See a new perspective every day. Drop a limiting belief every day. Take care of yourself every day. Make small decisions for yourself every day. And your death and rebirth will be a daily process where it won't even feel like a transformation. It's just growth that you expect, that you've come to count on, that it's higher knowledge, it's higher knowing, it's never being done. You never reach the goal, right? The goal is to not have a goal. I think that was yesterday's title. And maybe that's ringing through more so today. Don't be done. Don't ever think you're done. And then you become complacent, and then you stop working. And then all of these limiting beliefs and decisions to not decide and your perspective getting tainted, they start to creep back in and you don't even realize it. These things happen very subtly, and next thing you know, you're right back where you started at a new level, right? So let's get some advice for the weekend. I'm actually drawn to my mermaids today. I love my mermaids. I haven't used them in a while, and actually I've been using the Lightseers deck because it's been the one that I feel most connected with lately, but I might switch back to the mermaids next week. We'll see. And don't forget, tonight we have Shadow Work Saturday. So we'll be doing that in a few hours to see what shadows still lurk. And this is light, right? The lighthouse. Be the light, right? Don't ever dim your light. When we stop doing these things, that's when the light goes out and starts to dim, and it gets so dim that it's out and we don't even realize it, right? So just keep shining your light. Keep being you. Don't dim your light to be in the dark room. Light the room up with who you are, and know that you might be guiding someone else. You are guiding someone else always, to find their true selves, to find their authentic selves, to be part of the community that you are building. So shine your light, guys. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it there, and we'll talk tonight about shadow work. If you guys have any specific questions that you have, or specific things you want to look at for shadow work tonight, definitely let me know, and I will take that into consideration. Other than that, you guys have a great Saturday. Love you.